Hey guys, it's Angelo Christian. Thank you so much for checking out my podcast. And today we're actually going to take a different direction with the show. We're actually going to pause and put the spotlight on someone on our team, a very special individual that's been with us going on about a half a year now. He just started in the mortgage business, and he's a rising star and someone that has caught my attention. And I wanted to share this with you. Not so much to impress everybody out there, but every once in a while, what I like to do if I see someone that's actually very talented, that's hardworking, that's deserving of recognition, I want to put it out there and broadcast that on social media, because I believe that we all have great gifts and unlimited power, limitless potential, and it's important to find the right coach or the right mentor to tap into that so you can actually realize that. And that's actually why I wrote this book, King of Real Estate. Not for me, but so much for you guys out there to give you proof positive that if anybody can do it, you can do it. So this is for you guys out there that if you're trying to figure out, hey, what industry to get into, this is a free book that you can actually get a copy of. You can download this on our YouTube channel. You can click on the link and actually download and get a free ebook. Or if you message my office, you just have to pay for shipping. We'll mail this book out to your office, but it teaches you how to actually open up your own mortgage banking company if you ever want to get into real estate. And so today I have one of my team members that's a key person in our company, Meg Zeta. Hey, thank you
Good
so much.
to see you, Angelo. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, so guys, so the reason why I'm having talking about Mike today is because you might be out there and you might be looking for a career, or you might be struggling, or maybe you feel like you deserve more. Maybe you feel like the company that you're with right now, that they're not giving you recognition, or you're not earning what you feel you deserve, or you feel like there's a higher calling for you, right? So, and real estate is an uncapped income opportunity. And Mike's going to talk about how his income changed, how your life changed. And everything that we do here, there's no bullshit, it's no fluff, it's real. It's not there to impress you and show you, oh, well, hey, Angelo, he's buying these cars or these houses or jewelry, or how he, pays his team members. Is to show you guys what's out there, because I want you guys to actually open up your own branch one day or become a top producing loan officer. But you need to be shown the way. You have to have a coach, a mentor. So I want to move the camera over to you now, and I want you to talk and just kind of tell your story about like where you came from, and kind of just be yourself, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, again, thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it. So most people don't know, but I was born in Iran. We refer to it as Persia. It's currently called Iran. I was 2 years old when I moved out of Iran. We moved due to the war at the time. And what my parents did is they took us over to Germany. It was the next best thing. We went over there. I was in Germany for about 16 years, went to school, gathered friends. My parents did the best they could. Mm-hmm. It was a second language for us. We struggled. Mm-hmm. But we weren't homeless either, but we made ends meet, but it was just enough to get us by. Mm-hmm. Fast forward, at the age of 16, an opportunity came up due to a family member that lived here in Texas, mm-hmm. that offered me a opportunity to come to the U.S. and go to school. Right. Education at the time was preferred here in the U.S. It was just superior to what we get back in Europe. And so I decided to move out here. I came on my own.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I came on my own, and I was greeted at the airport by my grandmother at the time, and I stayed with her. And during the next few years, I had to learn a third language. Wow. So coming from Farsi and German, I now had to learn English. So that was very tough, of course. I started with ESL classes and second language type of classes. And mind you, this is all happening while I'm in high school. Mm. And we all know the struggles in high school. Nobody wants to start all over again in high school. It's a nightmare. Yeah. Nevertheless, I built through it. I managed to study. I did well, and I finally was able to go to college. I had saved some money up, and I was able to go to college. I went to college about 2 to 2.5 years into college. I realized, I'm running out of money. Mm-hmm. Financial aid at the time stopped paying, mm-hmm. and I needed to get a job. An opportunity came along with AT&T at the time, mm-hmm. as a fiber optic splicer. Very, very demanding, labor demanding. We'd go to work at about 7 a.m. Mm-hmm. We had to climb up on the phone poles, the telephone poles. So at the end of the day, you'd come back. You've got little shards of wood and the sunburn in your forearm. So it was quite an intense job. I did that for about 2 or 3 years. I realized it pays the bills, but it's not what I wanted to do. Yeah. It wasn't what I came to the United States for.
Right.
I wanted to do something bigger.
Right.
And so anyways, I decided to go back to school and use the savings I had at the time. Ended up burning through all the savings just to put myself through school. Once I got out of school, again, I was looking for jobs. The degree I had was a degree in biology, and I had minored in chemistry. The only options with a degree like that was either to continue education, like medical school, or to go for a master's. But again, income was an issue. This always seemed to be an issue to me ever since I came to the U.S. And so again, I had to go out into the real world and start looking for a job. And at the time, I ended up finding little side job. I was doing valet. I was driving limousines. I was driving little Sprinter buses. Anything to just kind of pay the bills.
Okay, let's fast forward to that because that's what I want to get to and let the audience know. Because when I met you last year, 2019,
correct.
Let's talk about that because I mean, from what you told me, you were rock bottom. Like you're getting ready to lose everything.
I was, and I really was. That year was probably the worst year of my life. The side jobs I had discontinued, and just for the sheer fact that the owners went out of business. And
so here you are in Houston.
Yes.
You're highly educated.
Yes.
You're healthy.
Yes.
You're fit.
Yes.
But you're about to become homeless.
That is correct. And an opportunity came along at the time. A friend of mine who I had known in Houston for quite a long time, and I had told every single person, if there is a job out there, I'm willing to do it. I need the money. I'm about to be homeless. And a friend of mine called my phone that day and he said, hey, there may be an opportunity for you. It's an industry you've never been in, but they train and they're good at what they do. I think you should really try it. I said, what is it? He said, it's the lending business. I said, I don't know anything about the lending. I've never done anything like that before. He said, don't worry. The people there have a good program. They train. They know what they're doing. They've been doing it for numerous amounts of years. And what they're looking for is someone who's willing to put the work in and has the heart. And so I did that. I contacted you guys at the time, and you and I interviewed, and it was several interviews we did, if you recall. It was quite a bit of interviews.
It's tough to get a job here. I'd say.
It was, and I finally got my foot in the door, and I don't forget it. You know, it was my first day in. I had no idea what I was doing, but luckily, like I said, you and the branch manager, you know, took me under your wings, and you showed me, you taught me the business, and I'm lucky to be here now. With a great opportunity, income that's way more than I've ever made. And it's just wonderful. I'm very thankful for it. Absolutely.
I remember whenever I interviewed you, and I said, "Well, what's your expectations? Like, how much you want to make?" You said, "Well, hey, man, if I can just make $4,000 a month, I'm happy." I was like, "Man, I could see that in your face that." That you felt like you were beat down. But I think one of the things that was so different with you is that you could see the hunger. And I'm going to have a train and talk about this with our team this week, because one of the biggest things that I think where they lose steam is they become apathetic towards their goals or their dreams, and they don't push. They don't have the kill inside of them, which takes them to get the customer to sign. Get the processor to submit the documents, or get the broker to send in the stuff. And that was one of the things that was different with you, is that you kept your hunger, because your back was against the wall. You had no choice. And even though you have money today, you're making money, you don't want to lose that drive. Right? Because that's what can happen. Well, I got 10 grand in the bank. Fuck, I don't need to do anything now. I don't need to tell that person to sign the documents or get the payoff or get the release. If you do that, then your money's going to start going down. But one of the things that let's talk about now, how your life, that's where you were. Let's talk about how your life has changed.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was finally able to move into a great area, into a wonderful place now that, listen, I'm not ashamed of to finally bring guests over.
Yeah.
I remember this was always a struggle from family members to friends. Just giving the address out just made me uncomfortable. I was able to get a new car.
You got a new car.
I'm so happy. I was driving the same beater for I think almost 15 or 16 years. The thing was at the verge of breaking down. I mean, it was problems after problems. And yeah, it's just in every other aspect. I'm able to go out now and enjoy my weekends.
Have money,
you know,
you're spending money.
Yeah,
so you save money.
Oh, of course, absolutely. My income's gone up. I'm able to enjoy restaurants I've never been to. Enjoy good quality food. And so yeah, I'm very, very thankful for that. Absolutely.
Yeah. And the thing is that, guys, I just want you to be mindful that as of the shooting of this video, what have you been with us? 6 months, 7 months?
Yeah, about 6 or 7.
Yeah, so not 6 years or 10 years. It's been 6 or 7 months. So the whole point of this, when we come back next year, and we're going to see where you're at, because the whole thing is about you going to the next level.
Of course.
You know, ascension to the highest level. You know, he's just right now, you know, working as an assistant, and this is how much your life's changed. The goal is for you to ultimately be a loan officer, and then learn the business, and then, you know, do it on your own when that time comes.
Correct.
And so that's what King of Real Estate, that's what this book is about, is learning how to become a master in real estate and earning, you know, high income, becoming a top producer. And so I want you guys to get a copy of this book, and maybe one day you'll have your own branch or become a senior loan officer, because, you know, I think that there's a lot of people that like you, like me, like Jeff, like other people that had humble beginnings. They grew up tough, and they're trying to change their life, and they don't know what to latch on to or what to do. There's a lot of stuff out there on social media, a lot of stuff, gimmicks and scams, you know, get rich quick schemes, and you don't know what's real. The thing about lending is that this is never going to go away. People are always going to buy a house, and not just that, we're talking about getting into other things. We're talking about now getting into fix and flips, doing real estate transactions. So that's what can happen when you believe and you buy in, you commit to something, and you go all in. You know, now I'm not gonna play with you guys. I mean, he works his butt off. I work my butt off. It's not a joke. It's not like we just come to work and we collect checks. We have to work. We grind it out. We get probably about 100 inquiries a day on customers, and we have to filter through that. We have to close loans. We have to process them. You know, underwrite them. Everything. So, you know, it is hard work, but it's enduring, and you can literally change your life, just like what happened with Mike. And so, again, the reason is not to impress you guys. It's just to impress upon you the idea about what's possible if you're out there and you're trying to figure out what to do. Okay? Because I grew up in a very similar situation to him, and I didn't know what to do, and I found real estate, and that's why I wrote this book. So again, if you have a chance, get a free copy of it. Message us if you want us to mail it to you. We have a whole bunch of these. And if you want me to sign it and autograph it, I'll actually sign it too. I have no problem to do that. But it's a really good book. And it's basically what he's done. He's been able to learn the business as an apprentice, and then go through the ranks, and then one day, you know, potentially, like his goal. And tell him what your goal is.
Honestly, the goal is to get you to retire. And take over the company.
But I mean,
you know. But ultimately, yes, to have my own branch, and ideally Miami. And we've talked about that. That is my spot. But just to kind of add on to, I think you made a very good point about working our butts off. And guys, it's really true. There's two things to my success. Hard work. You can't beat hard work. There's just no way to get around it. People will tell you, here's a trick, here's a shortcut. There is not. Angelo, you have to really work. And then B, you do need a role model / mentor, someone that you can just look up to. Because if you just constantly stay with the same people at your own level, I don't really think you can grow. When I met you, I saw the level you were at. I saw the success you were having. You've got your own book. You've got your own literature. I want to be that. I want to be that. And that's what I'm striving for. So I think that was a very good point you made about working butts off. But it's really true. There's no shortcut for it.
So, and I agree with you. It's the two things. So, I mean, everyone talks. Anyone that you look up to, you know, whether it's Elon Musk, right? He talks about working still. I mean, Elon is one of the richest people in the world. He still works 100 hours a week.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's the one thing. If you want to become successful, if you want luck, you have to work your butt off, because that's how the fear goes away and it builds the confidence. Look how much you know about loans now.
Oh, yeah.
You know about hard money. FHA, VA. No, you're not an expert, but you know at least a topical.
Correct.
You can have a conversation with someone at a bar or a restaurant and say, hey, I know how to do a hard money loan. I can do a no-doc loan. Before, you had no idea what any of that was. So you have knowledge that's worth millions of dollars right now. So that's number one. You're building your bank account. You're building up your life. You're doing the things you need to do so you can go to the next level.
Correct.
So, and then the other part is, you have to have a guide, just like, in Star Wars, Luke had, Yoda. You have to have somebody that shows you, okay, because if you're not, then you could be the blind leading the blind and going in a circle. So you have that with us to kind of show you the path. Now, we obviously are going to help you and keep getting you to the next level, because that's what it's about. We don't want you to stay where you are.
Right.
We want you to go to the next level, because there's another level out there for you. So, right, you want to become a sales manager, a branch manager. You want to have your own branch, maybe have a whole team behind you. And I can see that vision, and it's going to come with time as long as you keep moving forward. So I'm really glad that that you took a minute. And I had an idea about this, and I told Jeff, hey, we got to get Mike on the show, because people out there, they're struggling. Right. But there's people just like you and I all over the country. Oh, yeah. And they don't know what to do, where to go. This shows them a silo on how to get there. A straight line. So anyway,
thank you so much,
brother.
for having me.
I know you're busy. I know you're going to meet some customers today.
Absolutely.
So guys, get a copy of King of Real Estate. You may even work, if you're watching this video, you may know Mike. Maybe you're one of his customers. This is Mike right here, guys. If he's called you, maybe you're processing one of his loans. He's processing one of your deals for you. So reach out to us if you want to learn about real estate. We have Real Estate University. There's a link that you can click on. You can actually have Angelo Christian mentor you digitally on Real Estate University. There's a link to sign up down below. It's not a sales thing. You can go get another Real Estate University, but if you want to learn and you want me to teach you, and you're not here in Houston and you don't have the time to come down here and have us train you, can get me digitally. I built Real Estate University, has over 1,000 hours of content. You can actually train and learn the real estate business for me. I built it. It took me 2 years to build it. So click on that link. You can sign up for Real Estate University. I want to see you successful. I want to see you rise and make the most of yourself. So take care. Watch my next video I have coming out. It'll teach you how to do a reverse purchase and how to do a refinance with no title seasoning. Check out those other videos, guys. Take care and peace out. Bye-bye.